The secret of the Amazon forest hidden in the heart of the old quarter. Welcome back to Beautiful Bonsai. There was something quietly extraordinary at a recent exhibition in the old quarter of Hanoi. Among dozens of rare and valuable bonsai works, one small corner kept drawing people in, especially international visitors. They stopped. They leaned closer, and for a few silent minutes, they seemed to drift away from the surrounding crowd. They did not speak much. They observed carefully. Every detail, every branch, every exposed root. Their eyes moved slowly, as if tracing the life of each tree, each winding line beneath the soil. And in that brief moment, the feeling was clear. They were no longer standing in the old quarter of Hanoi. They had stepped into an entirely different space, a forest that makes people stand still. This work is called the Amazon forest, a captivating bonsai in the group planting style. From the Amazon rainforest to a bonsai in a ceramic tray. In the real world, the Amazon rainforest is the green lung of our planet, vast, powerful, stretching across the territories of South America. But why can a bonsai, contained within a small ceramic tray, create the sensation of standing inside such an immense forest? The answer lies in imagination. Here, one feels as if standing in a primeval rainforest, a place of freedom, survival, and untamed wilderness. This is a space that goes far beyond physical size. A single bonsai within a limited form, yet offering a sense of infinity. Through this connection, we begin to understand. The artist did not merely plant trees. He placed the soul of an ancient forest into a finite space. The striking resemblance, from layered canopies to natural wildness, becomes a bridge of emotion, one that quietly moves everyone who stands before it. Group planting style, when the forest speaks one language. Let us take a closer look. Flowing trunks, interwoven roots, branches and fine twigs forming a complex multi-layered network, shaped and refined over many years. In group planting bonsai, the greatest challenge is not keeping the trees alive. It is making many individual trees speak a single language. Roots intertwine, gripping the earth together, a symbol of shared survival deep within the forest. The artist skillfully applies the principles of visual perspective. Thicker trunks appear closer, slender forms recede into the distance. This creates a deep, immersive space, one that makes the viewer feel as if walking through a forest with no visible end. A miniature ecosystem. If the Amazon in the real world is a symbol of untouched life, of forests never fully tamed by humankind, then the Amazon forest in this bonsai form exists without coordinates, without geographical borders. Yet it lives vividly in our imagination as a complete ecosystem. Layers of moist moss, thick beds of fallen leaves accumulated over centuries, trees growing freely in harmony, hidden wildlife, and even a river quietly flowing through the heart of the forest. The artist truly makes us believe that this ancient forest has existed for a very long time. And through it, he sends a gentle message about freedom and the preservation of wild nature. For many viewers, this is not simply a decorative tree. It is a work of art that carries the breath of our time, a place where humanity and nature become one. Quiet attraction of the artwork. As I observed closely, many visitors, including international guests, did not rush to take photographs when standing before this work. Instead, they spent a long time watching. They leaned lower, examining each trunk, each root base, each delicate branch. The attraction was undeniable. Perhaps because they recognized here the true spirit of naturalistic bonsai, a way of creation that respects her to its fullest, without forcing form, without imposing control. In the Amazon forest, humans quietly step back, and nature is allowed to speak. This is a deeply contemporary message, one that calls for preservation, for harmony, and for peaceful coexistence between humanity and the natural world. And suddenly a thought arises. There are no shortcuts to growing a forest, and there are no shortcuts to creating a true group planting bonsai. Ladies and gentlemen, as we contemplate the Amazon forest, we realize that it is not only visually captivating, but also a lesson in patience. To create such a harmonious ecosystem, the artist devoted many years to careful shaping, gentle adjustment, constant care, and quiet dedication. Breathing life into the trees until today, we are able to witness a work that is remarkable not only in form, but also in meaning. A message of shared responsibility to protect our environment and to preserve a green, sustainable life for all. Thank you for slowing down with beautiful bonsai and for wandering with us into the Amazon forest hidden within the old quarter. May every step of your own journey remain lush, vibrant, and full of life, just like this forest. And if you have ever dreamed of creating a bonsai work like this living forest, we invite you to share that dream with us. Warm regards, and see you again in our next program.